Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Battle for Wesnoth. Yep, so I was able to finally get through the Valley of Death. Yay me! Well, I mean, this is the result that I'm most satisfied with, and there was a lot of trial and error and a lot of hair pulling type of event and RNG rolls. Yeah, it was definitely very hard, but I was able to finally get through it. And the result, well, it's not perfect, but I let you be the judge yourselves and see whether that is a result that I can build upon and move on finally from this crazy scenario in the right middle of the campaign. I don't really understand. I don't know why they want you to play this kind of scenario with very high spike of difficulty. Maybe just a filter, kind of a boss battle, if you will. But I mean, I thought that maybe if I went through the Siege of Ellenspar and Princesses of Wesnoth, I will get scenarios where I can sort of wind down and try to help build up my forces that has been exhausted in the scenario prior. But here it's just mounting difficulty after difficulty. And I don't know what to expect from this campaign. Maybe it's supposed to be pretty difficult, but well, I mean, it's still medium difficulty, so definitely an eye-opener in terms of what difficulty means. Yeah, so I was not used to it, but finally I'm kind of getting the hang of it in terms of just accepting the result and trying it again, because I kind of do feel by now that the current forces that I command is actually enough for me to get by. I had a feeling that it's not total loss, although a few scenarios before I probably felt very bad about it all, and if I was not doing the LP I would have just gone back and started over, because I thought that I missed too many of the loyal units, too many of the missed chances, and of course that Storm Trident merman was just colorlessly killed off. I didn't really think much about it then, but now I really feel that I could have used that unit in many different areas and different scenarios that I found myself in. But yeah, let's just try to get on with it and see what I did to make this the most successful iteration of the Valley of Death play yet. So let's go on and listen to Kalen's. My lord, this does not seem as safe as we had hoped. That's right, Kalen's. This is actually right smack dab in the middle of 3 undead forces converging upon you with just untold ferocity. I mean, if they lived the life with this kind of ferocity during their normal lives, they wouldn't have turned into an undead. But now they're just, just playing up the passions they have missed during their lives, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright, so forward to this who approach. Let us kill them all. Right. And here Moremirmu speaks up, and I don't know whether this is a special sprite for him. I think it is, because I checked the sprite for the normal Mage of Light and it's obviously different. Moremirmu is a unique character and he has a big role to play in this scenario. Indispensable. If I had 2 Mages of Light, then I would have this amount of trouble that I had in trying to beat this scenario, because they're that much powerful against undead. They're basically the... Yeah, I think Bars mentioned it, the most powerful unit that one can bring in this side, human side, against the undead. And he's a cool mace too, so I mean it's... he has everything covered, although it doesn't really reflect upon the damage type he deals. It's a holy sword, not the mace. Let me just check. A Morning Star, okay. Yeah, so each impact, so I don't know why it says blade. Holy sword. Well, I guess it's a bit of a translation problem, because Morningstar is definitely a kind of a flail type of weapon with impact damage, so very good against undead. Tailor-made for undead. Alright, so let's go and see which unit I bring. So Konrad was kind of silent during the exchanges of the adult, so to speak, but he's now seeing in the forces himself. Maybe he didn't believe it to begin with, that they would put him in this kind of trouble. Alright, so we start off with this lich in the southwest, and this guy, Gaga, He brings in... Oh, let me just go through this. Yeah, okay, so I don't know if you can hear this, but there's someone who's, I don't know, firing off fireworks, because in this part of the world it is Halloween and there are a lot of fireworks involved, and people are just enjoying the passing of October into November by firing a bunch of fireworks into the air. I don't know if you can hear it, but if you're disturbed by it or bothered by it, I apologize. I try to edit it out. It's pretty loud. Anywho, yeah, these are the units I brought in. So this is kind of weird combination. Normally I would have brought in some archers and fighters, but I have learned by now that the elves are really weak against undead. Not only are they weak against the arcane attacks brought by this wraith unit, but they're also very incapable of dealing damage, because bladed weapons are very ineffective against undead. So this time I just bring in shamans with its staff. It deals impact damage, so in a pinch it might be able to help us. And also the mage. I don't know why, but I think some of it... Yeah, this guy actually has enough experience points to level up, so that is what I'm going for. Extra health pool when it levels up, and also, you know, having another red mage will be very good for us against the undead. So here is Red Mage, offensive hurler of fireballs. Very good unit, provided that you are able to protect him after he does his attack. And this guy is also very important because he has impact melee damage, and he is very good against undead, especially during the night where they become strong too. This guy is... this paladin brings arcane damage, so from the start it is very effective against undead. And this knight unit, Haldio, is a loyal unit. It's not as effective, but with holy water he'll be able to upgrade to Grand Knight, and then it does bring even more damage, especially during the sunlight where they're the weakest, and just mop the floor with the undead. So it's kind of interesting that this unit can go toe to toe, be very effective during the night, and this unit on the reverse becomes as effective as this guy, but during the day even more effective, because during the day the undead is weak. And this is another healer, all the shamans, mages. This guy I just brought in to get the holy water, but I don't know whether I'm doing it though, this particular play. And all the leaders are now lined up here. I don't know why I decided to do it, but maybe to bring in enough units. I moved them all outside, and this time I'm trying to go south. Now this is the first time I tried to go south after multiple attempts failed trying to go east and deal with the Wraith. Now I was able to do pretty well against Wraith, and I'm going to explain how I did it. As you see, it's going to just explain itself. And what I'm going to do is try to run south and deal with this guy first. And then, because Wraith is so fast, deal with the eastern forces. And finally, after kind of getting our breath, 1 or 2 turns, deal with these guys coming up from north. So when I played, most of the times I went east trying to fight the Wraith, and I was successful. But the fact is, by then these units from both north and south is going to converge upon us, and it's going to make up for a very difficult situation. The distance between here and both the keep in the north and south is equidistant, which means that they'll be able to arrive in full force at around the same time. So that's where it all breaks down. I try to go up north, but then to go up north is to invite some very difficult situations too, because although, I mean, I went here, I think the last attempt in the last episode where I played this scenario, I mentioned that I can probably use this as a buffer and then move all my forces here and try to make a stand in the forest if everything, if the south breaks down. But what happened was, even though the pink unit here in the north was kind of mired in this mountain, trying to get at us through this mountain range, their Wraith was able to get to us. And in the south, they were able to just travel with no problems at all. And I had too few troops landing here. And the Wraith coming from east didn't really mind the mountain ranges. I forgot about their just passing through every terrain without any problems. They're ghosts. So they just passed through the mountain and then attacked us from both sides. And soon I was mired and was subsequently destroyed. So this time I'm trying to go south. This way it's going to take a bit more time for these guys to arrive south, by which time we have already defeated forces from this keep and from east. So let's see how I do it. Yeah, so these are the units that he brings in, and if you see it here, I have been have received a bad roll in terms of units that they brought in because I have 2 Chocobones instead of only 1. Normally, it brings only 1 of these units, which is basically the ballista of their army. Just go through everybody and then charges right into it. Although the percentage might be low, but then charge attack does around 33 per attacks. That would mean death of, I think cannons would die. Konrad, no, cannons would not die, but 2 attacks will be able to finish him, and Konrad will just die in 1 attack. So having 2 of these units means that I will be very, very disadvantaged if I do not measure the distances right and is attacked both times at one time from this unit. So I was kind of not really happy about that. To deal with these 2 Chocobones is going to be very difficult for us, and certainly will mean the death of one of the more elite units that we have, because we just have to, you know, go toe to toe with this guy and then bring the best of the best to deal with this. Normally just only 1, so I mean this is a crapshoot. Whether it's going to land or not, it's going to miss preferably during the day, and even if it only hits once, the unit that is being attacked is going to survive because this guy travels so far and none of these units will be able to support attack. Maybe these 2 guys will, but yeah. Then we'll be able to counterattack in timely fashion. And normally then it goes down quickly, but 2 of these guys just present a whole new dimension of problem. Alright, how about this guy? Yeah, this guy from the east just brings in all the wraiths that you can afford. I don't know how much it costs, but it's all Wraith and Undead. Yeah, kinda expected. And this is a mix of units that present a bit more... well, I mean, it's not Chocobones per se, but this guy uses far more archers, I think. So that's problematic in of itself, trying to measure, you know, what to attack, what unit to attack, because archers are very strong against horses. And these guys are strong against the melee units that could deal with the archer units a bit better. They're all level 2 bone shooters, so yeah, they do a heck of a damage against horse. I think it does around 12 or something during the night. Very, very strong unit. And these guys, I think these guys are a bit better than the normal mages that we can bring. 8 to 2, which means it has 10 base damage. And while we have 9 in the advantageous time of day with 25% bonus. So it normally does, I think I can check, yeah, 7. This guy normally does, oh, it does 10, yeah, does 10, but I think only has 2 strikes instead of 3, so it's kind of evenly matched. But then the shadow wave and stuff like that gives it a bit more options in terms of its magic. It's more magical. While the human mage is able to actually use, you know, they're not pussies. They're able to, you know, just swing the staff in emergency, and only 1 stop, but is able to, yeah, swing it like a weapon. Yeah, I don't have the staff here, but you know, maybe they can make it large or something with magic. Anywho, let's see how I react. I'm probably just spending like 10 minutes assessing and trying to cancel move at every turn if I don't like the placement of units. Things have devolved into that kind of play. I just have to measure out the distances and where I deploy my units now. So I deployed the units so that the highwayman, as you've seen. Okay, let's just wait for these guys to move. So mages kind of trail behind. And this guy, yeah, I hope not to even get the holy water. So you can see here, I put the highwayman right here, I think, to try to minimize the amount of distance he has to travel to get to the keep. And I was surprised that it's remarkably short. I guess the mountain ranges kind of deter their movement in the first few turns, so it kind of looks that it might be able to reach us in one turn, but it just takes a bit of time. Except for these guys, who can travel pretty far, as you can see. The ranges are, yeah, very good. And these guys also. But then these guys in the back is not able to travel so well. And this blood bat is an upgraded version of the bat. Does a bit, it's really hardy in terms of in terms of what I expect to be just a normal bat, but it's a pretty effective unit, and it does drain, so it adds to its health pool as it attacks you. It's a really pesky unit, and just like the Wraith, I think it's not affected by the terrain. Yeah, all 60% across the board. It's a pretty dangerous unit. Less of a village for some reason. Yeah, maybe you can smoke him out. Resistance, arcane, and it's weak against impact. Oh, okay, interesting. Alright, so we have moved my units like this. Well, it's just a swarm of units trying to get to south as fast as possible, because speed is a key in this phase. Alright, these guys will try to track us down, of course. Oh, okay, so you bring in a bit more unit. Yeah, not a good combination for us, because it diversifies its army by adding an arrow guy and a magic guy. And this is just a grunt. I think it just spent all of its money. It's pretty difficult. Yeah, sketch doesn't get any easier. So this guy is following us right toward us. Yeah, just have a beeline toward us. So we gotta move really quick and be able to damage them, the forces in the south, as much as possible before we have to face up against the green guys. Alright, so in the north, just coming down as quick as possible. Yep, they brought 2 more units, and Konrad, of course, is shaking his boots. What to do? Douse the weapons in holy water, and we will be able to defeat them. They shrink in utter fear of our blades. Let's hold them off. Yes, we hold them off as long as we can, but we have to attack very aggressively. And here it presents us with a very... It's basically, I think, the turn that I was thinking about restarting, because I really didn't like these 2 Chocobones having access points to my leaders the next turn. And if I leave them be, they definitely, one of them at least, will be able to damage us by 33, followed by these guys. We have to just finish any of these guys off, meaning then I have to restart all over again. So I was kind of desperate and basically threw caution to the wind. So let's see what happens. I didn't even go for holy water too, because I thought that maybe then it's going to kind of detract from the overall strength of the army, and it's going to give us... It's not going to give us that edge to survive. Alright, so maybe holy water is the Wesnoth equivalent of red herring. So I attack pretty hard. I just attack right away, and then I'm very fortunate to be able to charge and then destroy these units left and right. Yeah, just attack Chocobones, have a red target just in front of it. It's so important to be able to defeat it as much as possible, and I even bring the knight here, and he's able to get a hit in. Yeah, unfortunately. And these guys are kind of unprotected, this level 1 unit, so it's going to be at the mercy of this bat and Wraith, especially the shaman. So here we are, this is the state of the battle. We were able to hit them pretty hard as it came down to the mountain. We were able to destroy some of the very hard level 2 X-Men, Remnant, and also some skeletons. Plus we were able to get rid of the Chocobones, which is, you know, a feat in of itself. But then we now have to contend with the fact that they're going to counterattack with these remaining forces. My knight being most vulnerable. But then I thought that with the 49 HP, maybe they were able to, maybe he was able to survive if he's lucky. Yeah, I really would hate to use that unit because this is a low unit and he's on the cusp of being leveled up into Grand Knight. That's the designs I had for this guy. Grand Knight. Let's see what happens. Yeah, this guy comes down personally to just... yeah, I mean, he's able to survive really well, but succumbed finally to the bad attack. I mean, I'm surprised he was able to hold on as much as possible, so in a way, he kind of saved the fortunes of our army by sacrificing itself. It's really bad because, I mean, I really feel bad about it since it's low unit and he's been with us from the second scenario. But, I mean, I had to sacrifice it because of 2 Chocobones that were poised to attack against us. I just had to bring it. For that, I am in a position where I can maybe just rout them in the next turn. Yeah, without being damaged. And Delvadur is rather hurt, but he's able to survive against the Wraith and the Skeleton here. So, I mean, even in that last turn where I lost the Knight, I think overall the RNG was pretty good to me. And this bad, yeah, I mean, this has huge pool of XP in order to move on to the next level. To Dreadbad, wow. I would dread to face off against that. Anywho, let's see how the Wraith is able to travel. It's going to travel pretty far, not forgetting the villages of course. Bring in the Undead, supply of Undead. Alright, and these guys are, yeah, coming down in a pretty good line, a formidable force. And these guys, Resilient and Quick guy of course is able to even outrun the Wraith. Interesting. Yeah, these 3 mages were going to cause a lot of heartaches. Yeah, just have to meet them during the day to have the best chance. Alright, so night is approaching and see what we can do here against this remnant of the undead forces in the south. Yeah, just finish it off. I don't know why I'm so bold here, but I'm just charging left and right. This could have not... because probably I thought that by losing the knight, I definitely needed to upgrade this guy next level. And so far, I mean, Delvadur is doing all he can to level up and almost leveled up. Yeah, Highwayman does his job very well. Very effective against undead, even the mages. And if you remember, the undead mages, the evil mages, do not have the physical attacks. And these guys are just, yeah. So have to finish the bloodbath off. This guy is pretty close to being leveled up. Very nice. And, well, only 1 unit left. So I did pretty well against the forces in the south. And if you're playing this scenario, I recommend you to go south and then just attack. I think you have a better time because you will just face off with only 1 Chocobone instead of 2. And then, yeah, there definitely will be... They definitely put you in a better spot than I am, and if you can bring in some of the level 2 and 3 units that is centered around Arcane and Impact, then I think you'll be able to do even better than me, and then just try to meet these guys head on, and then, you know, go for this guy even, if you have the legs to do it. And speaking of legs, you need very fast units against these guys. And by meaning fast units, I mean the horsemen. Horsemen are by far the best units against this faction. Right? Yeah, this guy is definitely attack. Yeah, giving Delvadur Wrath 4. Also giving him a bit of experience as he gets hurt toward that level 5 Archmage. Alright, play side turn. Oh, if you see, I skipped animation. I don't know whether that's a good idea, but if you feel that I need to, well, maybe I can change it now. I don't know whether it's gonna make a difference, but it definitely made it easier for me to play it because it was just over very quickly. For this, I almost forgot. Yeah. Let's see, skip AI moves. Yeah, I think this is it. Well, for the AAR, I tried to enable it to see, to better track of where the enemies are. I think that's a better idea now that we are up against these guys coming from far distances. Yeah, so these guys are moving. Yeah, just straight for us, trying to coordinate their attacks against us with the green units, but a bit slow. And this is the very important fact, and I checked out the Wesnoth forums too, and then most of the people there who had successful runs were able to defeat all 3 liches, believe it or not. Almost all of them, they went south and finished this guy off first, and then I think finished the green guys, or just fought all of them at once and then, you know, killed off this lich and then the north one. I think that is basically what they recommend you to do if you want to play well or expect better result. Right, it's night, so we have to be very careful. Let's see what I do. Okay, that father retreats. Alright, and this guy is going to get... I mean, he's gonna die happy because all the shamans will be around him, chanting. Yeah, so I'm basically pick that guy. Oh, actually go into the mountains to... okay, what I do is I try to use this guy against as a bulwark against the Wraith. Yeah, all these heavy units will be able to you know, face it directly, but then this shaman is kind of off to the side and is vulnerable to 2 Wraith attacks. And that follower is safe from the Wraiths. Alright, so let's see how this defensive scheme works out. I was kind of surprised. I would think that maybe this was a better idea going into the keep, but then I don't know why I decided to do it. Maybe because I didn't... well, some of these units should not be able to make it into the keep along with the guys who are closest. So I just probably decided to stick together. And doing that is going to make the counterattack easier. Alright. Okay. This guy already moved or something? No, he's moving now. Alright, so attacking my poor horseman, whose level is definitely high. No, experience is definitely high, and I'd be really loath to lose this guy. But I think this guy will not be so lucky. Yeah, unfortunately, that doesn't work. Yeah, I mean, I tried to bring the knight back, but unfortunately, they are easy targets. Surprisingly enough, they have resistance to the arcane and have good HP pool. So that's why I said they're the best unit, you know, against this unit just by defending and serving as a kind of a mid shield, horse mid shield. Alright, so these guys are playing really close. Yeah, they're doing just legging it out here as best as they can. And all these guys, the undead guys, have trait called... Well, the skeleton guys actually have a trait called submerged, which means that they can go into deep water. Like, not like shallow water, but deep ocean deep water. He's able to act as if they're like a rangers of the sea. I was surprised because, you know, obviously they're just float, but they can submerge themselves and, you know, surprise units that are coming each way. Potentially against mermans, I think, because mermans are definitely very good, and I guess the evil factions do not really have an answer for the mermans, you know, except for Nagas. But Nagas do not have a lot of units to their you know, faction, I think. So obviously the undead is a pretty good candidate to bring like arrows or magic to bear upon the merman, the poor merman who's always loyal. Alright, so this is a big problem for us. Because Wraith has, yeah, they have range to attack all of our forces, our front line. Dayfight is not immune, so let's see what I do. Okay, yeah, okay, this is definitely the way to go because I put these guys in the light, making them vulnerable. Yeah, this guy I handpicked to be able to turn into red mage. So we have 2 red mages now. Definitely an upgrade to the overall offense that we can bring, and this guy missed a whole lot. 20%, I don't really believe it. The paladin does a heck of a job, but it's not able to finish it off. And the shaman is not able to kill it. Okay, surprisingly. And I try to play safe. Oh no, I don't play safe here. Yeah, so I try to, you know, I try to be a bit greedy and then bring this guy also to some experience. And as you can see now, this guy stands alone against all these units. Will this guy survive? Look at that, he'll be surrounded, folks. He'll be surrounded. So let's see what happens. Yeah, this guy is not impressed. He's penniless too. Yeah, so here begins the attack. Let's say it a bit better. The undead attacks and subsequently dissolved. I mean, for this, I would prefer him not to finish off the undead because I don't want him to be attacked so much. This guy almost dead. The price I almost paid for being greedy or desperate to gain some experience. And this guy gets hit a lot, even though he's in the village and has 60% defensive rating. Yeah, that's now, I think, 4th wraith that he's now facing. No, 5th. And his health is basically dwindling from 81 to now 21. 60 health point has been lost. Now, yeah, now it's 9. So 72 health point has been lost. That is a record, and then he still lives to tell a tale in the village. He's in the pub right now, trying to recover. Okay, now this has a rather fun spectacle here, but I gambled and I think, yeah, I survived. And if this guy didn't hold, then this would have been a failed mission once again. But now, since I only lost that night, yeah, I lost Haldium, but only 1 level 2 unit, so I mean, even by my standard, it still is not a condition to restart. I basically said the restart condition is losing, if I lose 1 level 3 unit, that is enough for me to restart. Yeah, so now this guy, let's see what this guy does. Okay, so it's kind of a delay where they try to get the villages for some reason. Now, if it was up to me, I just straight away just rush them as quick as possible. Try to hit them where they're more vulnerable. Not give them even a turn to heal up. Yeah, so bringing in a lot of shaman, it has its advantages because I can just put them wherever I want and then at least some of the units will be healed. So, I mean, I didn't really plan for this. Maybe I did, but I didn't really plan for like exact placement of these guys, but then they were able to heal a lot of units regardless. Alright, so now the dawn is approaching. Wraith had their chance. Let's see if we have some fun against these guys. And the other attacks, yeah, from the back. He has enough. And gets the full health. Yeah, now definitely a badass. Yeah. So the arcane attacks against these guys. And this guy, yeah, of course, yes, retreating. There is no brainer. No brainer that even a zombie can understand. Alright, so I don't know whether this is a good idea, but I don't know, I felt confident all of a sudden and tried to put a shaman there, and then shaman gets 60% bonus. Maybe I thought that she be attacked only once. And I definitely want to finish this guy off then. Let's see if I do it. Nope, I don't. So I left this guy vulnerable, and obviously I thought that there are just too many shamans to what to do with. Obviously, yeah, and then this was the unit to be destroyed or something, or earmarked to be the sacrificial, I guess, unit that's going to give us one more turn to, I guess, heal up. Yeah, heal up these guys. Right, so now we have the You're in range of one particular... We are in range of 2 units from the north. Yeah, so we are basically having to face them just after we deal with these guys. So not a really good position that we are in, but let's see what happens. Yeah, so this guy still doesn't have any money. Maybe it's just saving up for more wraith that can bring in mass. Alright, so instead of attacking... Yeah, wow, it's really lucky. Instead of attacking the druid here, who has more protection, it opts to attack the druid south, and I didn't anticipate this. Yeah, the AI is surprising in very many respects, and it surprises me many times with the moves that, of course, I didn't anticipate. And let's see if the same thing happens to me against these guys. I'm sure that I didn't see this guy before because of the screen resolution. I try to keep it at 720p, and then, well, I mean, I don't really, I don't really see the entire movement that particular unit is capable of. Maybe this game was not really designed to be 720p, but it instead designed to be played in like 1024 or 1920 by, like 2K, for example. But if it's 2K, then the unit should be just 2, maybe... No, I don't think the unit is changed in terms of size, but... yeah, maybe it's going to be too confusing because of the sheer number of units. But then there were some cases I didn't see the Chocobones, like... When I was here, I didn't see the Chocobones coming from southwest, and obviously, yeah, that didn't end up really well for us. But now I have to check each one unit because they're huge range of movement. Let's see if this guy is able to travel. No. I think there were 2 wraiths. I don't know where the other one went. Maybe there was only 1 wraith. Okay. Yeah. Only 2 units from north. Okay. Yeah, so attacks our knight. Damages us. Missed with its second attack, and it's going to be the death of it. Oh wow, almost killed us. But then the day is approaching. Good news for us, as we are trying to prepare for counterattack against these guys. Right. Okay, so the paladin also heals. A lot of healers in our midst. Alright, so let's see if I can finish up the green guys and counterattack, preparing us for the bit of trek down south as we kind of get our breath back. Wow, 40, that's amazing. That's critical hit. I guess because it's during the day. Yeah, trying to entangle the undead, the walking corpses. Ah, that's unfortunate that this guy missed so much. Yeah, I had to go up there and then spend 1 turn up in the north because of I was not able to finish up the raid. Nice. And this guy gets upgraded? No, not yet. Walking corpses really do not offer a lot of... Yeah, fortunately this shaman didn't die. But finally was able to slow this guy, and yeah, alright, so that's pretty good news for our mages. And finally Konrad becomes a Commander Konrad. Right, okay, cool, yeah, so I'm using every unit at our disposal. We are not only able to finish off the green faction, neutralizing it, but also the advanced party from the north. Very good for us. But then we open ourselves up with this guy and also this guy. So not really bad option, but if I have to fight these guys, then I don't know whether I should be staying there. Maybe this is the time that we move to the keep and try to protect ourselves during the night. Yeah, this guy is now just twiddling his thumbs and then not doing anything. Oh no, actually it's bringing in the walking courses. Interesting. Okay, so we finally saved up and now we're trying to spend. Yeah, during the day, let's see how good it does, and it does pretty well. As you can see, the arcane attacks in the daylight. And also, yeah, I mean arcane attacks are definitely very good. Was able to finish off the other piecemeal party from the north. It's definitely not helping these guys They don't try to attack in mass. But they are going to attack in mass next turn. So we need to prepare, and what I'm going to do... I don't know whether I should be taking advantage of the day to attack or just try to run away and get healed up a bit more before trying to face them on the battlefield. Now it's not going to be light then, but still then we'll have a bit more health in order to be more resilient. So let's see what I do. Yeah, so we run. Run. Try to buy us some time. Yeah, I mean there's basically nothing to lose by running away. It's not like we have to defeat them all. Wow, this guy, yeah, the druid is running like as if its legs could carry it or fly it. Maybe it is flying. Oh, maybe it has less clothes. We can. I'm sorry. Yeah, so we are trying to run away and get healed up at the same time. But then some of these guys couldn't catch up with the druid. Maybe I should move it a bit closer to where these guys are. You know, didn't try to fly around. Yeah, one shambling walking corpse. Hey, two shambling walking corpses. This guy does nothing, but now this guy is out on our trail, capturing villages and the like. Yeah, this mage has no staff and then it can travel so fast. And I like the fact that the sprites themselves do not have the staff. Well, these guys have a pretty cool looking staff in its hand. Right, so these guys definitely will target us next turn. Let's see what I do. Now, I mean, if we're running away, I'd rather just run away you know, one more turn just to get more health in, while leaving these units to serve as a bit of a buffer. Especially these units with no experience. Yeah, this is just too weak, I think, to stand a chance. So I go down, yeah, as much as possible. Just trying to get healed up and get the health back for the highwayman, whose health had gone down to 9 or something. After being faced up against like 2 walking corpses and 6 wraiths. Alright, so I think at least some of these units will be under attack. Yeah, especially the shaman. She's in danger, but she has no experience, so... well, I don't want to say expendable, but... I mean, she is there for a reason. This guy's still getting healed up. It's going to heal these guys too. Full health for this guy. Goes very well for us. And Dayfight is level 5. Now can deal 14 lightning attacks. Very impressive unit. Alright, so let's see what these guys do. Now it's now like one-on-one, so the turns go by really quickly. Yeah, I don't really need to just play this guy. Irrelevant. Now this is relevant. Let's see. Oh, okay, goes for the highwayman. I mean, this guy cannot get no break. Always being attacked left and right. Just leave the big guy alone. I mean, I guess he's doing the right thing. Pick the guy bigger than his size, but then opening up for sacrifice here. And this guy, I don't think he'll be fighting, but then I'm not going to control this guy first, because I think I'm planning for something. And as you can see, a lot of these units will be under attack, so let's see what I do during the night, where I am disadvantaged. Yeah. You're being attacked from 2 sides, but then this guy will take one more turn to come to us. Cannot really attack from this mountainous side. This arrow, this bone shooter is very, very dangerous against I mean all units, but then especially against the horse unit. I only have 1, so I just need to keep watch. And these guys are decent. 40 attack maximum, and it's going to make a mincemeat out of all these units. Yeah, it's not a really good position for us to be in. We're kind of holed up in this area between 2 mountain ranges, and we didn't really turn fast enough to outrun them completely. I would have wished them to be around here for one more turn, where I'd be able to just counterattack during the... well, I mean, it's going to be still dead of night, so... yeah, I mean, if I were here, then I would just run away and spend the rest of the turns. But now, thing is that I need to do something about this. I need to bring all matters of attacks against all these guys in order to survive. I don't know, maybe this was the turn where I got the most luck. See. Okay, so I just go and then try to attack them as much as possible, so I have to finish it off, unfortunately. And cannons definitely didn't do well there. Wow. Yeah, wow, that is really bad. I really wished to finish this guy off. I mean, 2 shots and then he would have died, but 4 is 3 out of 5 that you can bring. No, 4. So, I don't know. Maybe it was just normal attack, normal percentage attack. Yeah, the red mage definitely helps there. Duffler, yeah, all healed up. Trying to just be the tank for us. He has enough health to do it. Wow, I just go for the jugular right here, folks. And I am most successful. Going to be very bold. Yeah, and just leave this mage guy to be vulnerable against this guy. They can bring 40 HP attacks, but then I was lucky enough that this druid was able to go there and then entangle this guy so that it can only bring 20. Half of it normal attacks. Now it opens itself up against this guy and also this guy. So I mean, basically sacrificing the druid for the good of the army. Maybe because I thought that, I mean, this unit is almost leveled up, and this unit, I mean, all these units had a bit of experience to each name, so Laga the right is maybe able to level up. Then it's not going to be a total loss if we can upgrade this guy to another druid. So that's probably what I thought. Yeah, trying to cut my losses and thinking about the overall strength of the army after all said and done. So let's see if I'm going to be lucky. I don't think I was that lucky during the last turn, although yeah, I think I was lucky because this guy was able to finish this archer off, and then no archers are now on the battlefield, folks. They're all dead. Yeah, so I think we are lucky. And one remnant was killed off, and all the mages are dead. So yeah, they have skeleton, literally skeleton force. Oh, there's one archer here, but yeah, can they reach us? Yeah, what are you going to do? Raise more forces? No, they're just walking corpses to check on the villages. Yeah, now this is going to be this is pretty smart. Yeah, pretty smart indeed. So goes the druid, the shaman. I guess he didn't really think that he could do well against this for some reason. Definitely could have killed it off, but I guess smelled blood in the air or something after this guy was able to damage the shaman. And one shaman's gone. I think overall 3 shamans were killed off, 1 knight and 1 horseman, or maybe it's 2 shamans killed off, followed by 1 knight, which I missed dearly, and also 1 horseman, which had a really good experience. And as you can see, they left themselves in a rather vulnerable position. Yeah, load. Yeah, very good. Yeah, the horseman does really well against the archer, especially when the archer cannot really defend well. Konrad is doing some work. Nice. Yeah, just not leaving anything to chance here. Just going for the straight sweep here, I think. Yeah, as you can see, he was able to finish the skeleton and gain the level. And I choose a different unit, I think. I don't know. Maybe this was not a good idea. I got the sorceress for some reason. I should have gone for druid because I think I need more healers here. But I went for sorceress, so I don't know, maybe I just wanted more variety, but I don't really agree with the decision that I made. Alright, so it's level, it's turn 12, so let's see what happens. So that's, well, you're too late. You should have sent Wraith instead of these walking corpses. And the rest is history. Well, at least in the Valley of Death, the sun rises in the east. Surely the Undead do not have the power to continue their onslaught through another day. Yeah, I guess so. Indeed not. I feel we have survived this battle. That's not the voice I gave him, but I don't know, I just... Phew, that was a difficult battle, but they're retreating at last. Well, he's a commander, so I have a different voice for him. Phew, that was a difficult battle, but they're retreating at last. Yeah, suddenly a manly voice. Well, as manly as it can be. Yes, we have fought them off. This place makes me feel uneasy, even with the undead retreating. Where may we go now? The land of Wesnoth is not safe for us. The Crane's forces reach every corner. We must make haste to the northlands across the great river. Let us go quickly. So we have to go north, okay. Indeed, let us go from here. You have emerged victorious. Bonus goal -46, but it doesn't really matter. They don't have the... They have the heart actually not to subtract this goal from the base goal in the next scenario, I think. Yeah, so at least I have that. If they did it, maybe in hard difficulty they actually subtracted. But I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. Well, didn't get the bonus gold, but yeah, but you know, it's okay. I mean, if I defeat all the liches, maybe I have gotten like 46 instead of -46, which means I can bring in 2 more veteran units. Yeah, that would have been pretty helpful in the next scenario, but I don't know what to expect. Alright, so Dayfight has been upgraded, as you can see. Let's just do a quick check. Yeah, I think overall I was lucky. I did better. I think plus 7% means that we did more damage than the other side. So overall, I was able to inflict more. Therefore, only one level 2 unit was lost, which I consider, given although it is basically a very, very important unit, even among the level 2 units, the knight is very important, especially in my army, because there were only 2 knight units that I brought in, and I only have 1 level 2 or level 2 plus unit in that particular class of units that I have. The overall campaign, yeah, you can see the positives here. Helped in a little part because of the scenario that I played. Yeah, overall it's becoming a net positive for us. And overall recruits, okay. Yeah, I gotta do something about the thief. And yeah, I have lost a lot of different units. I brought 9 horsemen, but I think I only have 3 left. Yeah. Interesting. Let's see one more. This scenario I only brought... Okay, I brought 6 shaman, 2 horsemen, 2 mage. All the mages survived. 2 horsemen I think was killed off, unfortunately. And I have 3 left, so I lost 3 shamans, 2 horsemen, and 1 level 2 knight. Tough, it's really tough. But at least I didn't lose Moremirmu like I did in the beginning attempt in this scenario, where I was able to win, and surprisingly, Konrad mentions that Moremirmu was not able to make it. So, I mean, I think Moremirmu was actually the unit that people use a lot in this scenario and has the most chance of being killed off. That's why they probably used him as a starting unit and also as part of the quip that Konrad gives to pay tribute when he is lost. Yeah, so Valley of Death it was, and it was quite an experience. Just takes around 30 to 40 minutes to play, just trying to survive for 12 turns, but I think I spent like 5 times as much because I had to rinse and repeat. And most of it was not even up to 12 turns, so yeah, so I don't know. If I had like 2 mages of light, then I would have been able to be more successful. It would split my forces up and then attack these guys directly. Maybe horsemen would have gone east and attacked these guys, and it would have been pretty successful. And the rest of the leaders and the advanced units would have come down here with like shamans and was able to do the same thing that I did. Then it would have been pretty easy to defeat this guy by combining our forces together. But then I didn't have the resources nor the units to be able to do it, so I'm just content to be able to survive. Alright, so on to the next scenario. Okay. Let's see, reset the beginning now. Okay, continue play. Continue play. Continue. Okay, whatever. Okay, what is this? Is this one? Yeah, this is the one they saved, I think, right? Need all the saves, so. Alright, so we're going to Gryphon Mountain. So not really far where we were. A Valley of Death. Gryphon Mountain it is. Okay. What is this place? This is one big mountain. That is a fabled Gryphon Mountain. Where? Oh, here, I think. Gryphon Mountain. Maybe we could steal some eggs from the Gryphons and eat the biggest omelette ever. Oh no, sorry, not the omelette. Train the young to be flying mount. Would that work, Delphador? Well, yeah, okay. The first thing he comes to his mind that maybe we can use it, exploit it. We can try to do that, but we must be careful. To disturb the Gryphons could prove dangerous, and yet such mount could help us greatly later. Whatever we do, we must pass by this place. Well, let's start climbing the mountain. Easy for you to say. Okay, so this is, well, okay, so the village map. Cool. And there's a Gryphon Mountain. Yeah, unpassable by the horses. So we could go there using the fleet of foot elves and also human units that we have. And this is a level 2. Okay, so this is loyal and intelligent. Okay, intelligent and loyal and intelligent. They're all intelligent. Wow, cool. For a bird, it is. Gryphon is it has a bald eagle face and what is this? Lions behind or something? Okay, both dangerous and wary of other intelligent creatures, so I should send my I should send Konrad. And those should not be disturbed without a good reason. Okay, so 10 times 3 blade melee attacks. Okay, so I need to send units that are impact. Well, I have just one unit that could do it, but highwayman is going to be so slow, he's never be able to climb the mountain. Maybe he's going to fall off the mountain and then kill himself. It's resistant toward arcane, so no mages here. Yeah, I can move pretty well. Wow. Gryphon level 2, so I guess this is the mother Gryphon. Yeah, so we need to kill off mother Gryphon so we can steal all the eggs. Sleeping Gryphon, so if it's not disturbed, then it's just going to leave us be. Okay, so I guess we should climb the mountains and try to reason with it. Since it's intelligent, we can probably talk. Can maybe the script with fire reason with us? Maybe. I'm not so sure. It'd be pretty cool if we can do it. We can protect these guys from whoever we are going to face. The orc or something. Oh, it's a human. Robin. General lawful and has a leadership level 3. Wow. That is pretty cool. Yeah, so 9 times 4 and yeah, 9 times 4. Pretty hardy unit, just like our elvish hero. So it's weak against impact. So which unit can deliver impact? I think footpad can, but not much else. These guys, no, I don't think these guys will be very useful. Well, I can try to send paladin, but I don't think that's going to be any good. I can send mage of light because it has impact. Yeah. Or this guy too. I mean, this guy didn't really see any action the last mission, so maybe this time be able to go up against the humans. This guy is just too slow, but then yeah, I think he'll be too slow. Red Mage, yeah, I should probably use all these new units that I've received. We actually have a pretty good amount of level 2 units, and this guy is also waiting to be upgraded to the next level. Let's see what I can upgrade to. Okay, so we have a choice here. Okay, cool, nice. Enchantress or priestess? Yeah, pretty versatile unit, but don't have a lot of water in this scenario. I have no water, So okay, so this is going to be a pretty interesting mission. See if we can get those eggs and add Gryphon to our army. That'd be awesome. You can fly around and probably has like, yeah, huge range. Wow, you can look at that. You can just do so many things. You can attack armies from behind, help us in a pinch, able to retreat, get healed up, and then just fight again. Pretty cool unit to have if I can gain some... Wait a second, this is level 2! Oh, okay, so we gotta go through Gryphon and... Actually... Oh, okay, so I think it starts with level 2. Yeah, the eggs are level 1, I guess, yeah. Maybe the eggs can fight too. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed this little AAR. Yeah, Valley of Death is just long lost memory, but then when I was playing it, it was on my mind so much. And I wonder if I can actually learn some lessons from that, but since the tactics here are so map specific, I can just only suggest to go south with a lot of shamans and mages. Of course, the leaders really have to be there to be able to, you know, bring that strong attack against the Chocobones. But then Chocobones have to be destroyed first and foremost, preferably during the day. And try to kill off as many level 2 units first. Yeah, horsemen should never go up against... Well, I mean, horsemen cannot be attacked by the bone shooters, but then they can attack bone shooters very well. So it's kind of ironic that it's all offensive related, but then if they get caught in the shower of arrows, they're basically good as dead. Especially against a human longbowman too. And also the east, lich bring in wraith and the walking courses, and then the horsemen are the best units against it because horsemen are resistant toward arcane. I don't know why, but I guess horses are noble creatures and they see through the race schemes. And also the walking courses are basically, they just melt against the horsemen. They just melt. So the horseman is basically very good in the eastern side. And try to keep the distance as much as possible from being attacked from both sides. So that's the gist that I got. You don't want to fight multiple armies, but I only have only one army to contend with. So I'm hoping this to be a bit of a kind of wind down mission, although there are certain, you know, wrinkles to the whole thing. So let's see if I can do it the first time. I think I'm going to be doing AARs for this map too, but let's see what happens. So once again, thank you for watching, and until next time, please stay tuned.